Tonight, I'm going to show you how you can use an online platform to help keep your students engaged online. So those of you that are doing some online tutoring, you may be interested in looking into this online platform called Wordwall.net. So I'm going to show you how you can use your handy dandy training companion lesson page, how you can use all that information that's on your lesson page to come up with some activities using Wordwall.net. I'm just showing you here how I have my lesson plan on the left and I have my lesson page on the right. Let's say I wanted to do some activities with vowel consonant E. I'm doing A consonant E here. And so on my plan here, I didn't fill in the top part, but this is the meat of the lesson right here, which is your new instruction where you do your word study activities. You might do some phrase or sentence work. And then, of course, you want to play a game because that's very important for that repeated, meaningful practice. So here I just jotted some notes that for A consonant E, I'm going to start by using some flip cards, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with flip cards. If you have taken the training, we refer to them a lot. They're awesome. That's a great way to introduce a skill and to practice a skill. But number 2 and 3, I'm going to use some Wordwall activities to do a word sort between vowel consonant words, CVC words, and vowel consonant E. And then I'm also going to use another activity called Anagram on Wordwall to armspell and build words. There's that armspelling and writing or armspelling and building activity. And then we're going to go into some sentence work where we're going to do an activity that's similar to cut up sentences. And that is Unjumble in Wordwall. And then we can also play games. So I'm going to go to Wordwall.net. And this is my page with my activities.
Erin, is this free or is there a cost to upgrade?
Good question. And yes, there are some parts that are free. And then you can also subscribe to access more. Price plans right here. I started off doing it free, and I found that I could only create 5 resources, and I wanted more. So I decided to subscribe to the standard plan, and that's what I use right now. Right now, it's $7.20 a month. When I subscribed, it was only $6. So I'm paying $6 a month for it, and I think it's worth it. You get 18 different interactives, which is plenty, I think. You can also do printables, and then you can make unlimited resources to create. So this really works for me. I'm going to go to create activity here. And these are the different interactives. I can create all of those. So I'm going to go to the word sort first. Okay. So here's my group sort. And if I'm looking at my lesson page and I want to do a word sort between CVC and A consonant E, what I can do is if I go back here, this section here, where it goes from made, you've got some words there that you can use to do your group sort. Okay. I'm going to give my activity a title, A consonant E, and I'm going to make groups here. So the first group is going to be our CVC words. So I'm going to say CVC words. And then our other group is going to be vowel or A consonant E. And so those are going to be my groups. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add words from my list here. So I'm going to put mad on this one. And I'm just going to type them in. Made is going to be on this one. I'm going to keep adding items. Pan, pain, at, eight, and you can do as many as you want. And then once you are done, you hit done. And then you have your activity here. So here we're going to sort these words between our closed syllable, consonant, vowel, consonant, and our A consonant E. So they'll go through and they can read the words as they put them in their groups. At, here's the A consonant E, pain, mad, ate, can, made, and then you can submit your answers and I'll tell them which ones are correct. And then you can play it again if you want. The cool thing down here is there's different themes that you can do. This is just your classic theme, but if you want to do a cork board, it'll look different. Also, if you wanted to set a timer, let's say you wanted to count it down, maybe you want to do like a 3-minute countdown and have the child to be able to sort the words within 3 minutes. You've got a lot of different choices down here on how you can customize this activity for your particular student. And if you want to share this activity, here's your share button. I believe if you put it on publish, then you can copy that. And then let's try this. So I'm going to put it in the chat and see if anybody can.
Okay, so I see the start button.
Okay.
You want me to click on that?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
If you go up to the very top of your Zoom controls, you're able to give them access. So that's what I do with my particular student.
You don't usually send it, you just allow control from your screen sharing.
Yeah. All right. There's another activity which is really great for arm tapping, right? So this is called Anagram. And you can also give it a label here, a title, A, consonant E. And let's see, we're going to do with clues here. And I'm going to do a word. So I've got my words here, and I'm going to pick words that I can find a picture to. So I'm going to pick cake, and I'm going to look for pictures. And there's a picture. And I'm going to add that. And the word, so here's one example. So you have a picture here of a cake, and you have all the letters there. And you can have them Armspell it, cake, and you can have them go ahead and what's the very first sound? And they can move that C over there. What do we hear in the middle? We hear A. And then what do we hear? Oh, where do we hear at the end? There's that E. So that was just one word, but you can go ahead, of course, and add different words. You're just adding another phrase or a word. Let's say I'm going to do wave. Right here is where you can pick a picture, and I'm going to search for a wave. And all kinds of, I like that one. There we go. And you can just add a few different words. Let's see, what's another one I want? Maybe a maze. Search for that. Oh, that's a good one. And then once you get your 4, I usually do about 5 words. You've got your activity there. Down here, you can pick the different themes. Let's say you wanted to do like a summertime theme. And you can do a countdown. Let's see, there's only 5 words. Maybe you're going to see if they can figure it out in 3 minutes. You can change the case of all uppercase, all lowercase. What do I even have there? I'm just going to do all lowercase. And then well, here's your word. A. And then you got your next one. A. A, Z. And then they even have a leaderboard. So they can put their names in there. You're first on the leaderboard. Yay. So it's just kind of fun. It's interactive and it's a lot of fun. All right. So back to our lesson page. I showed you word sort. You can Armspell and build words using Anagram on Wordwall. You can also do your cut up sentences using Wordwall Unjumble. So here you have all your sentences that you can use, and you can modify these to make them however you want, or just use the ones there. And we're going to go back and we're going to Unjumble. Here it is, Unjumble. So we're going to give it a title, A consonant E, and I'm just going to type my phrases in here. You can make them shorter because some of these are a little long for unjumbling, but you can make them as long or as short as you please. Can the ape wave? We'll do that. And Jane, tame, oh, pet, tame cat. And I'm just changing these a little bit. All right, I'm just going to do 3. All right. And I think this is using the same, oh, this is a different theme. So this theme is whiteboard. So there's different themes you can choose from. And so you have your unjumbled or your scrambled sentence, ape wave the can. And so they'll just click and move them to where they need to be. Can ape wave the, can the wave. Ooh, this one's a longer one. Okay. Nate and the cave in hid I. Nate and I hid in the cave. You can show the answers too, which is great. You could have the child read those sentences again if it went too fast and they weren't able to read the whole sentence before they got it together. Yeah, so you can change the template. So if you wanted to do, oh, this is interesting, a random wheel. We got phrases on a random wheel. So you can spin the wheel. And then they have to read the phrase. Nate and I hid in the cave. So that might be a nice little thing to do at the end. Let's read these phrases again. When they read it correctly, you can eliminate them. And then you can spin it again. And then they just read the sentences. And then can the ape wave and eliminate, and so on. Random cards. This one's not very exciting. I don't ever use this one. Just shuffling cards. You just read the sentences. I just don't find this very interesting at all. So I don't use it. And then you have your, oh, I don't think I've ever used Anagram for this. Oh, wow. So this is a challenge.
Oh,
You got a sentence, and then you've got to unscramble every word in the sentence. Wow. I don't know if I would use that for my particular students, but hey, if you had someone that needed a challenge, you could say, hey, want to try this? So they might be able to, like them. These are simple words. So, you know, they could probably figure out can and the. So, but yeah, that's also a nice feature. And it shows, I think it shows the templates that fit the best for that particular activity. So
Maybe the ones that go with that you can put phrases in, right?
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
So I could see how the random wheel and the cards, you could pair that with a game board instead of rolling a dice or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, as you were going through this, for those that are like in the classroom, when we do like our reading group round, I'm just thinking like when they have, you know, a Chromebook at the table for one of the rotations, those group of students can be put on this. And I like that it has those different activities, because then instead of playing the game, okay, I'm done in 5 seconds, they can go to the next game and go through it. That's just where I'm thinking
Yeah.
like in person for those, that are us that are in a classroom. That's what my head was going to. So I like this a lot. Or even doing it for homework too. I can post a link on the site for parents and they can do it at home.
And so, yeah, they could do the same sentences and different activities. So they're getting that repeated reading that is so important for a lot of these kids. Very good idea. Matching pairs. So you're just going to put in pairs of identical items. You only have to put it in once. If you want them to find cane, it'll bring up 2 cards. If you want to wave, let's do cake. So here's your game. You've got your 3 pairs. Of course, you'd probably have a few more cards, and then you just turn them over to find your match. There's no match. There's a match. And they have to read the words. So that's a really easy one to play, and it's great for online. There's so many other things that you can explore on this, on Wordwall.net. I use it a lot with my online kids. I only have a few online kids, but I do use a lot of those activities. So again, it's wordwall.net.